Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're having a good morning. Luna and I were able to squeeze in a walk. We're expecting rain, so we were lucky. We got to walk in before we got fiddle on and from the sky and before the thunder comes in. So hope you're having a good morning. I have a little coffee here. A little warmer than I like, but not bad. My wife likes it scalding hot. I'm one of those people, I like it just a little bit on the warm side of hot. A little on the hot side of warm. Oh, there she goes. She knocked my tripod around with her big old tail. But she's important to today's discussion. So let me. Are you gonna drop it for me? Yeah, there she goes. Okay. I want to use Luna as an example today because even though she knocked around the tripod, there's something important about Luna, and that is Luna cares about me. She cares a lot about me. You know, my son is her most. She loves being around my son. She loves to play with my son and stuff like that. But when it comes to thunderstorms, when that show up, she wants to be with me. She likes to be with me quite a bit. And when I sneeze or when I even go with my nose, and she's looking at me now. She cares. She wants to know what's wrong with me, what's going on with me. Why is what am I talking about, Lynn? What's the big deal? We're going to talk about artificial intelligence. Uh, I think artificial intelligence, I'm a software guy, and I first got an electrical engineering degree, and then I got a computer science degree. So I'm a little bit on the high scale on the nerd factor. I don't work in AI. I don't have a company, so I'm not making any money off of AI. And so there's nothing that precludes me from being a little objective about AI, except that I'm getting older. That's an important factor and why I think AI is going to be good. Mm. But one of the most crucial things with AI is to be, let's say there's three areas of big, there's lots of areas in AI. What the heck am I talking about? Um, there's three emotional things, humans connected to AI. There's three emotional things. One, um, and when I say that, it's merely along the lines of how connected are you to the AI program? I think some technical people call it agency. You could say who's the representative or who's it representing. So here I was listening to Lex Freeman on a podcast. I'll try and find it, put in the links below, but I don't know if I can. Uh, he had an example that he was discussing with a lady who does a lot of the social interactions with autonomous AIs. And they talked about how they had a robot that was just in a grocery store. So the robot in the grocery store it did a few minor things. It kind of, it took pictures around stuff so that it kept track of inventories. It would highlight if there were, like if shelves were empty. And it also answered questions like people come up and say, I'm looking for Little Debbie cupcakes. And they, it would say, aisle 13, about the middle of it. Would you like me to even escort you there? And it had a little smiley face on it. It goes on. Some people liked it. Other people did not. The reason they didn't like it, she found out, was because they thought it was spying on them. It was there to monitor them for the store. And that's that whole thing about agency. Who is it there for? And that's why Luna is really important because Luna, I know, is here to be my friend. Aren't you, Luna? She's worried. I think she's starting to hear some weather coming in. She's like, Dad, I think we might want to get inside. But she cares about me. You could send the President of the United States, a policeman, FBI, you could send anybody to my house. And if they threatened me, she would bark at them. She wouldn't attack them because I've trained her not to attack, but she would be on my side, no matter who they were, no matter who they represented. That's because I know she's there for me. She's there to help me. And we've got a huge problem with AI because most people want AI to be connected to the internet for monitoring, programming, and other things like that. Why is that crazy? Because you're basically telling me that whatever is connected to the internet is there and supervised by somebody that's not me. It's got connections out. Now, I don't know who that connection is. And that connection could change, and I would not be aware of it. And you could say all day, oh, Glenn, this is for your benefit. The people on here are sworn to secrecy and they only try to help you. You could say that all day long. Is there law or is it just a business rule? Oh, well, there's no laws yet. The only laws so far are with lawyers and doctors. Well, then you need that law with your AI as well. Ah, but Glenn, wow, that kind of level of secrecy really dampens the entrepreneurial spirit, really slows down technology, and I'm very aware of that. I am very aware of that. But being a programmer, I'm also very aware that when I program. My paycheck comes from the company, and the customers who I feel my company wants to serve, they care about the customers, don't pay me directly. So I'm removed from them. I'm not an AI, but I'm hard pressed to even think of a job opportunity or job I've had where I can say I was directly funded by the company. I mean, by the customers, the consumers of my product. So there you go. How are we going to make AI work for us as opposed to somebody else? That's a huge problem. That's a huge AI problem. I would venture to say that's probably the biggest problem we have right now. And I want to tell you something. Sometimes I wonder who's who it's bigger a problem for. When I say that, I mean, let's look at the US versus US versus, I want to say China, maybe China. Let's say an authoritarian state, because there's quite a few of them out there. There's a lot. Singapore, China, lots of places. They all, to varying degrees, encourage their uh, people to adopt things. Sometimes, if they don't adopt it, they get in trouble. But you can force AI on them through those authoritarian means. In the US, it will be adoption. Yeah, there was some arguments about whether or not we should make automated driving kill the driver if there's, let's say, three or four people that may get killed or look like they will get killed by the car. Who should die? Well, the driver, the one person, should die versus the four. But nobody's going to buy that car. Nobody's going to buy a car that is programmed to kill the driver. It doesn't matter what if if they're aiming toward a street full of people. You're not going to buy that car. Sad. I sorry I said that. I mean, as far as our the psyche of the people, but we want Luna. Luna is the dog I want. I love this dog. Why do I love this dog? Because this dog loves me, my wife, my family, things I love, she loves as well. And that's what we need from AI. I need an AI that loves me too. You know, ready? All right. I might talk more on this more when I think about it. It is so crucial. But you guys have a wonderful day. Luna and I are going to suffer through some storms here in a little bit, probably. At least that's what the weatherman says. And we'll see if we can get through this together, right, little girl? Yes. Yes, Daddy. We'll get through this together. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.